Hey there, welcome back to eFishing. I'm Rodney, and today we're going to talk about a horsefly. What's a horsefly, you say? Well, right here, I got one. It's a hair jig, right here, made famous by the late Billy Westmorland down at Dale Hollow, chasing them big old brown fish down there. And this thing, it's not a round head, but it's more of an aspirin head. And this is a do-it freestyle jig, and it's got the sides are flat on it. I don't know, I hope y'all can see that. Um, but this jig, he caught a lot of big fish down there on Dale Hollow on this thing. And it's a really good wintertime bait. So hang on. You really can't find these anywhere. You can find them down around Dale Hollow a little bit. But, you know, you really got to time, and it's made it when I'm tying it with craft hair, and I think he used to use deer or bear or something like that along the line in making them. But there's a brown one. Another good one to have is black. And I think one of the ones that Billy Westmoreland really used to like to throw was this, what was called school bus yellow. So there it is. We're going to go tie some of these brown ones up because I've got some of the other ones, but hang on. We're going to go to the vise and show you all how to tie it. Again, this is with the Do It Freestyle jig, and this is a 3/16. The horsefly is typically an 1/8, 3/16, or 1/4 ounce, and usually the 1/8 was the one that was thrown most of the time, and that's what I grew up throwing, was just a small hair jig. So anyways, we're going to the vise. Hang on. We'll see you there in a minute. All right, folks, here's our freestyle jig mold, and it's the model FST-6-A, and we got a 3/16 ounce jig in there. And in this jig, I put a 2-aught owner 53/18 hook. And I've also got some craft hair, a comb, and scissors. And so the first thing, I'm just going to take some thread here, and we're going to just put a layer, wrap some thread down the shank of the hook. And this is a lot like folks do for tying flies for trout fishing. So that just gives that hair something to hold on to. Now with this hair, what I found best is that you take a comb and you start combing out just little pieces of it there, and then you take some scissors and just cut it off as close to the base of the piece of fabric that you got there. Now this hair, when this little tuft here, it's got a little underdubbing in it, and you want to take that out, and you just hold the long end and then just pull on it there, and that pulls all that dubbing out. Because if you don't pull that stuff out, it's going to just make your fly a little bit bulky. But if that's what you want, that's all right. So then just take some scissors and just cut it even there. And then this first wrap, I like to just make a loose wrap around it a time or two here, and that just lets you kind of cinch it where you want it, and then put a couple more wraps on it and just go ahead and tighten them in, and that'll hold that hair in place. And you'll just get some more, get another small tuft of hair, and make sure you just, it's just a small tuft, and then pull that dubbing out, and just take your scissors again and snip it off even. Lay it on there, do a loose wrap, kind of position it in there, and then do a couple more tight wraps. Now I found it helps if you if your vise rotates, just to rotate your fly a little bit while you're doing this. It makes it easier to, I think, to work on the top instead of having to lean over and look on the back or whatnot. But anyway, you just keep repeating the process there. You take your your dubbing out, and then just take your scissors and cut it close. Do a loose wrap, make sure it's where you want it, and give it a couple of tight turns. So we're just going to speed this process on up here and just keep working around the fly. It doesn't take real long to do this. You just kind of get in the rhythm going, and you'll have that thing done in no time. And once you get several of them pieces of hair tied on there, just look at it and make sure you got enough hair in there the way you want it. And then just start wrapping thread around the top of your fly there, and cover all them little exposed pieces of hair up and make it look nice and neat. It's your hair jig, so if you want it to look real neat, take the time and just wrap that thread around there, and it'll cover it all up. Make it the way you want it. So after I've got enough wraps on that, then I'll just take a piece of fishing line instead of using a whip finish, and just double that thing over, and then just wrap, 20 times around it or so, just whatever feels right. And once you got it done, take your little scissors there, clip it off, and then that little tag end, that hole there, you're going to put that tag in through that hole and hold it. And then you're going to pull that fishing line and pull that tag in through all those wraps you made. And then just take your scissors and cut that off, and you're done. Now, I've never had one of these things come done. I don't put any glue or anything like that on it, but that's your house fly. So if you guys like this, thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button and subscribe, and especially if you want to see more of it. Until then, we'll see y'all later.